Title: The Heist of the Century. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden light through the broken window of Miriam Goldstein's apartment. It was a picture-perfect evening in the heart of the city, but inside her home, the scene was anything but serene. Miriam, an attractive and poised woman in her mid-40s, stood helplessly in the middle of her living room, her hands bound tightly behind her back. A vibrant, triangularly folded scarf, a cherished heirloom from her grandmother, was knotted over her mouth, stifling her protests. She could only glare at the two women who had invaded her sanctuary, professional thieves with an air of nonchalance that made her fume even more. "Can you believe this place?" one of the thieves, a tall brunette with an eye for detail, remarked as she rifled through Miriam's carefully curated collection of silverware. "I mean, who even uses silverware anymore? It's all about the convenience of plastic these days." The other thief, a short, wiry woman with a penchant for flashy jewelry, chuckled as she hoisted a gleaming candelabra under her arm. "You know what they say, one woman's trash is another woman's treasure." She winked at Miriam, who could only roll her eyes in response. Miriam had always prided herself on her elegant taste, but now, as she watched her beloved possessions being tossed carelessly into a duffel bag, she felt a mixture of indignation and absurdity. The thieves were treating her home like a garage sale gone horribly wrong. "Hey, do you think we should take the TV?" the brunette asked, glancing at the sleek screen mounted on the wall. "I mean, who even watches TV anymore? It's all streaming now, right? Right?" The other thief replied, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "Let's just take her Netflix password and call it a day." Miriam's glare intensified, and she shifted her weight, trying to free her hands. If only she could scream, if only she could alert her neighbors. But all she could manage was a muffled grunt, which the thieves either didn't hear or chose to ignore. "Honestly, what a waste of time," the brunette sighed, tossing a silver spoon into the bag with a flourish. "I thought this was going to be a big score, but it's just a bunch of old lady stuff." Miriam's heart raced. Old lady stuff? This was her life's work. She had spent years curating her collection, each piece holding a memory, a story, a dinner party gone awry. How dare they reduce it to old lady stuff? Just then, the wiry thief spotted Miriam's elegant gold cigarette lighter, a vintage piece with intricate engravings. "Ooh, look at this," she exclaimed, holding it up like a trophy. "This is definitely going in my collection." Miriam felt a surge of indignation. That lighter had been a gift from her late husband, a token of their love and shared memories. With a newfound determination, she twisted her wrists, feeling the ropes begin to loosen. "Hey, do you think she's got any cigarettes?" the brunette asked, rifling through a drawer while the other woman admired the lighter. Miriam seized her chance. With a swift motion, she pulled her hands apart, the ropes finally giving way. She quickly yanked the scarf from her mouth, her voice rising above the chaos. "You know what you should really be stealing?" she shouted, her tone dripping with mockery. "My taste in interior design." Both thieves froze, their eyes wide in disbelief. "Wait, what?" the brunette stammered, her hand still clutching a half-empty duffel bag. Miriam took a step forward, her posture regal despite the chaos. "If you're going to rob a woman of her possessions, at least have the decency to appreciate her aesthetic." The wiry thief burst into laughter, nearly dropping the cigarette lighter. "You've got guts, lady. I like that." Miriam seized the moment. "And if you're going to steal my stuff, at least do it with some flair. You're making a mockery of my style." The two thieves exchanged glances, their bravado faltering. "You know what?" the brunette said slowly, a smile creeping onto her face. "You're right. Let's make this a proper heist." With a newfound camaraderie, the three women began to rearrange the apartment, staging an impromptu photo shoot with the stolen goods. Miriam directed them with a flair she hadn't known she possessed, her laughter echoing through the apartment as they posed with the silverware and candelabras. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the unlikely trio, Miriam realized that sometimes, in the darkest moments, humor and resilience could forge unexpected connections. And as for her possessions? Well, they might just have to find their way back home eventually.